Okay, we're going to do a quick 2A review so you're ready for your test, our quiz. So besides this, you absolutely need to know about how to write a ratio and the vocabulary. And there's 3 vocabulary words that you need to really work on. So you need to look at those notes for lesson 2.1 and 2.3 to make sure you find those. First of all, let's go ahead and look at it. I see that Jeff is going to get paid for his delivering of newspapers, $140 for $350. And then I can see that Callie is going to get paid $100 for delivering 200 papers. So we are going to find that unit rate, which we have done many times. And let's go ahead and look at Callie first. To find that unit rate, remember your money for your ratio is going to go on top. And it's for 200 papers, which means 100 over 200. I know you will reduce that, but a unit rate means I've got to divide by 200, top and bottom, because I need that denominator to be a 1. So what I'm going to get on the top is 50 cents. On the bottom, I'm going to have 1 paper, so that's 50 cents per paper that she's going to get paid. Jeff, on the other hand, is getting paid $140 for 350 papers. So again, I can reduce if I wanted to first, or just divide top and bottom by 350 to find out that he is actually getting paid 40 cents per paper. So those are my unit rates. You need to be able to find unit rates. Then looking at the graph, you should be able to figure out who is who and label those representations of each person. Well, obviously Jeff is getting the least amount of money with only 40 cents per paper. So the least steep one here must be Jeff. Where Callie is getting 50 cents, she's getting more money, so Callie is going to be that top line. If I was writing like it's asking me an equation, notice that both of those do start at the 0, 0. If you don't deliver any papers, you're not going to get any money. So I've got my 0, 0, and I can see that they get that same price for every paper, so it is a constant rate of change. And when I do have a proportion, that means we're going to use that formula y equals kx, where that k is what we call the slope or that unit rate, that constant rate of change. So it should be pretty easy to write those equations. Again, we're going to start with Callie. And with Callie, y equals, how much does she get paid? What's her unit rate? 0.5x. Where Jeff is going to get y equals, his unit rate is 0.4, and again, x. Those are the 2 equations of for Callie and Jeff of those lines. Now, looking at this table, I've got Rachel, and she's going to make some money on her paper route as well. And it says right here that she gets 75 papers, she'll get 36. So what I'm doing is I need to look for that unit rate again. So unit rate for her, I would take, again, money on the top and your papers on the bottom. Find that unit rate by dividing 75, top and bottom, and you should come up with 0.48 cents per paper. In fact, it shouldn't matter which one I take. I will constantly get that same rate of change on what she's earning. Again, 48 cents per paper. Now down here, it's saying, you know what? There's another person. That's Rachel's earning. Rachel is getting 48 cents per paper. But over here, we have Addie, and Addie has this equation for the amount that she gets for every paper she delivers. Well, seeing that right there, you know That's in the form y equals kx. Just because they use different variables doesn't mean it's any different. So that 0.45 is that unit rate. So who makes more money? Well, I'm hoping you would be able to tell just right there that Rachel earns more money. Now, why does Rachel earn more? Well, I'm hoping you can say something like, she has a higher unit rate of pay. Rachel is 48 cents. Addie is 48. I almost put 45. Is 45 cents. I should probably erase that. There we go. Oops, I erased a lot there. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is it's asking me now to create a table for someone who actually makes both or more than both of those people. So it's got to be higher than 48 cents. So I'm going to pick something easy like, I don't know, 50 cents. So let's go ahead and fill in a paper. If you deliver 75 papers and you get 50 cents a paper, that's going to be $37.50. 150 times 50 cents, 75. 225 times 50 cents, $112.50. So what's my equation? Y equals 0.5x, since it is 50 cents. Now looking at that last one here, that graph, tells you right here that Jeff is actually delivering papers, but let's just suppose that he had $75 in savings before he even started his job. So we're looking at how much money does he have, what he started with, and then if he continually sells these papers, how much will he get? So if he starts with $75, he's not starting at a 0 mark. He's actually starting right, well, that's 70. I want 75, so it's going to be a little bit higher. Right in there. There we go. He's going to start at that point. And now that he's got that, we are going to go ahead and, again, starting with $75 in his savings before he starts his job, and then he saves all of his money after delivering it, we're going to go ahead and look at starting, what is that unit rate he's getting now? Oh, wait a minute. That's about 100, isn't it? And this would be 40. So when I go ahead and look at that unit rate of what it was beforehand, that would be 100, a number of papers, sorry. $40 for that 100 papers gives me that 40 cents per paper. So when I go ahead and do it, I should still come up with that straight line, but it's going to be at a higher rate because he already had money in his bank before he even started. So there's my total savings. This is just talking about the money that was earned. So how does the saving line compare to the money that he actually earned? Well, I'm hoping you know they're both linear. They're both straight. But the savings is not proportional. Okay, so that's kind of some of those answers and things that you need to know, being able to compare linear, proportional, finding unit rates, and again, studying that vocabulary and how to write and solve ratios. Otherwise, bring some questions with you to class before we start that quiz.